Hey guys, this is Coach Jay here at Imperium Boxing, and I'm here on my lunch break, doing a little cleaning up in preparation for this evening's class. But while I was here, I wanted to go over an exercise with you, and it's not of the physical kind, not associated with the physicality of our sport. It is it's a math equation exercise, but don't worry, I already did the math for us. I'm going to show you for the simple reason to illustrate how hard, almost impossible it is to truly get good at this sport. It's hard enough to understand it. It's hard enough to practice it, and then let alone get good at it. And there's a simple reason as to why that is. And it comes down to time. It's an issue that's plagued man since he's been on earth. We're all subject to it, and our time is limited. So I hope to put these things in perspective, and to maybe do a reality check on your own development, okay? To maybe lower the stress if you're a coach or even an athlete, roadmap your development in a realistic way. Understand that this is not going to happen over 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 2 years. It is a process, it's a journey. Enjoy it, enjoy the journey, enjoy the memories, enjoy the setbacks, because out of those setbacks, you're going to learn more out of that, I promise you. Yeah, it stings, it hurts. There was a reason as to why you might have lost, for example. Well, you didn't use your jab enough, or whatever, your conditioning wasn't great. You kind of tanked out in the third. Whatever the case may be, you've learned from it. You're tough. You got back up. You tried hard. You went back to the gym. You showed your face. You went back to sparring or whatever it was. You started doing more sprints, and you made yourself tougher. And you made the next guy pay for it, right? And you go on and you win a few more, and you lose, and you go back and you do it all over again. But the finished product, the final product, if there is such a thing, is much better than the version at which you began. So that's a little segue to this. I want to try to keep it simple when I get to the whiteboard and not bore you. Now we're going to run through this together, and I hope it helps you. I hope it gives you some sort of perspective, you know, on your boxing career, whether you be amateur, pro. I'm going to show you what it takes to throw 1,000,000 jabs. And I say that because my coach, a long time ago, he would say things like, when you've thrown your 1,000,000th jab, or you've thrown your 1,000,000th hook, you'll start throwing a pretty good jab, or you'll start throwing a pretty good hook. And I just thought when he said 1,000,000, that it was cliche, like he said it like we all do. You know, I'll bet you $1,000,000, or I've said it 1,000,000 times, because it's something that translates. We understand that it's a large amount. It's something that's unfathomable, I guess, in terms of logic. But I think the old man was right. I'm going to show you why. Okay, let's go with our development here. We're going to start with year one. Guy walks in, he trains 5 days a week. Okay, and on those 5 days a week, he throws 3,000 punches every day like a machine, 5 days a week. That's 15,000 punches a week. So 3,000 punches a day for 5 days, 15,000 punches a week. He trains 50 weeks out of the year. He only misses the week of Christmas, and he only misses the week of Thanksgiving. Doesn't go on vacation, doesn't have summer ball and soccer or baseball, etc. Doesn't get sick, okay? So, you already see where this is going. If we follow the math, 15,000 punches a week for 50 weeks, he throws 750,000 punches in 1 year. Let's say though, realistically, that half of those punches were all jabs, okay? And the rest would, ratio out to, straight rights, hooks, variations. But let's just keep it simple and just say every punch he threw in the gym, 50% of them were jabs, okay? And you expect somebody to throw more jabs than anything else. He threw 375,000 jabs his first year in training, and he trained 5 days a week for 50 weeks. He threw 750,000 punches. He comes out at the end of the year throwing 375,000 jabs. That's not bad. That's a lot of jabs. Not close to 1,000,000 though. All right. Let's go to year two. Let's say our kid's even more dedicated, or our guy, whatever, our gal, they're more dedicated. They're able to throw 1,000,000 punches now. So the first year he threw 750,000, he ups it, and he throws 1,000,000 punches in his second year. Now let's use the same math, and let's go 50% of every one of those punches were jabs. All right, he threw 500,000 jabs in his second year of training. His total lifetime of jabs, so 2 years of training, are 875,000 jabs thrown. 2 years of training, 5 days a week, 50 weeks out of the year, never missed a day, and he still didn't hit 1,000,000 jabs. He has a total lifetime punches of 1,750,000 punches this guy has thrown. And out of those, it's 875,000 jabs. 2 years, that much work, did not hit 1 million jabs yet. Okay, let's go a little towards more reality now. Let's say that, and this is still pretty dedicated. So we got 250 days roughly out of the year. This guy's training 5 days a week, 50 weeks, 250 days. But let's say you train 200 days out of the year, okay? Still pretty good schedule. I mean, you allow for sickness, you know, vacation, ins and outs of life. 200 days out of the year, you're in this gym working, okay? Let's still say you throw 3,000 punches though. We'll say you're still hitting 3,000 punches. It's not inconceivable. You work out do 10 rounds, 12 rounds, shadow boxing, bag work, etc., whatever. However, that leaves you at 600,000 punches for that year, okay? Based off this 200 days, 3,000 punches, you get the point. Same math. 50% of those were jabs. That leaves you at 300,000 jabs thrown for the year. You've thrown 300,000 jabs in year one. Okay, now let's keep this same ratio, this more realistic outcome here. Year one, 300,000. Same math. Year two, 300,000. Year three, 300,000. That's 900,000 jabs in 3 years that he's thrown. He won't hit 1 million until the 4th year in the gym. 4 years it took him to throw 1 million jabs. 1 million jabs. Now, is there a big difference between 1 million jabs and 500,000 jabs? As far as, and who's got the better jab? Just because you throw 1 million jabs, did you throw 1 million good jabs versus a guy who you know, threw good jabs 500,000 times? I don't know. I don't know if there's a big difference between 1 million jabs, but I would assume that if you've done something 1 million times, you're probably pretty good at it. And it goes to show you, you can have a guy, maybe you or a competitor, you get him in the ring, he's been training 2 years, looks good, looks good. Looks like the guy's been training 2 years. He meets a kid who's been training 4 years. He meets a kid that's been training 5 years. That's more sparring, it's more fights, it's more training, it's more jabs. It's a lot of more of it. Kid's not necessarily better, not more athletic, not stronger. He just knows how to fight. Doesn't get as tired. There's just things that he can do experience-wise. The development process of a fighter is a long-term commitment, okay? It is a return on investment. You put your investment in for long-term gratification, okay? You're not firing jabs or whatever the scenario is and expect to be have a Larry Holmes jab in 3 months or a year or 2 years. The Larry Holmes you see on YouTube, all those Larry Holmes highlights, he's 28 years old. He's 33 years old. He's 35 years old. Lifetime. He's probably been fighting since he was 8, 9, 10 years old. So you can imagine how many jabs Larry Holmes has thrown. That's why his jab looked like Larry Holmes' jab. The point of this is to give you an aha moment, to put things in perspective on your development, or for coaches on your fighters' development. There's only so much time in the day. They've only thrown X amount of jabs, or they've only done something at X amount of times. They cannot be experts at it. You cannot speed up the development process. You're not going to get away from this. You're not going to get away from time in the gym doing it, okay? Be committed to commitment. You're not going to get anything out short term. It's the journey, as I said. It's the process, it's the memories, it's the development, it's the growth. It's things you get out of boxing though. See, this long-term goal, this long-term objective, that's one thing. But it's what you get mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally along the way it's almost immediate. That's your immediate gratification. It's your immediate benefits. Changes in the mirror, changes in your outlook of life, changes in the sense of confidence and empowerment. You can apply this to life. I always tell my guys in boxing, if you do one thing right in boxing, the thing that follows is usually right as well, okay? If you throw a snappy left, you're gonna probably throw a snappy right. And if your snappy right comes around, your hips rotate, you're gonna be able to turn over a hook. Same thing in life. If you do the right thing, your next step is probably also going to be right, or the return is gonna be right. Guys, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little different exercise we did today. I haven't seen any videos like this. Some of this may be old news to some of you guys. And it's maybe we just hadn't stopped and thought about it like I did. It was a good reality check for me. Just put things back in perspective. It's not going to change my philosophy on anything, but it probably will change my approach to certain aspects of what I got going on here with some of my fighters. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any thoughts or an alternate theory or any ideas or suggestions about this, please drop in the comment section. I'm very interested to hear if you got anything to say about this and what your thoughts are on it. This is Coach Jay, Imperium Boxing, and we'll talk to you soon.